Hey everybody, this is Shepard, this time with another video from the Monster Hunter World demo from PAX West. This time we're going to be showing off the Anjanath. First things first, this is from Monster Hunter Kogath, one of the main editors and runners of the Monster Hunter Wikia, so thank him very much for allowing me to use this footage. Definitely check out his Twitch channel, which I've linked below, as well as thank him for running the Wikia, which is a really big deal for all of the fans that want to keep track of all the monsters throughout the various games. So this was actually the very first time we ever got our hands on the game. And you can see he's actually going to go through and show off a number of the different armor sets. So this is a female hunter here. You can see sets are actually really incredibly detailed. I don't think we've ever seen detail quite like this before. Seeing individual belts, individual feathers. Lots of belts. Almost like Monster Hunter Kingdom Hearts. Also seeing all the various skills on the side there, so we can see that attack will actually eventually increase affinity. And that there is actually a straight up affinity skill as well. This time with 1 point, just giving you 3%. I'm not sure if that would be worth it, but certainly I could see a very early set being going to max out as much attack as possible while getting as much affinity as possible. So similar to the last video where there's a bit of exploration, Kogath is going to do a really good job of going around and showing off something that I haven't seen too much use yet. And that's going to be the capture net. So you can see the ecosystem is even more diverse in Monster Hunter World. You've got these little birds or creatures that hop around. You might just be able to capture them. Just a little short. I'm pretty sure if he landed to that, though, he would have gotten himself a couple feathers or something for the effort. Okay, so fishing is this easy. And it is Game of the Year 2018 confirmed. No more sushi fish.
If you follow the scout flies to your target, you'll locate it in
I'm completely okay with that. I do not feel as if fishing really added a whole heck of a lot to the difficulty of the game. You can see as he's running around, various bits of mucus are coming around. Again, this is an Anjanath hunt. It's the guy with the big schnoz. He's got him fully tracked now, so the bugs are going to be constantly looking for him.
Our team is already engaging the target.
So in this case, he's actually getting some points up for a mystery monster that is not the Anjanath. Kind of interesting. And again, that super dynamic movement, I think it really adds a lot to the game to really make it feel as if you're hunting monsters. It's not just straight up running or climbing. There's going to be crawling. There's going to be swimming. There's going to be catching omen flies. Wow. So gathering now seems to be much more dynamic. It may not be as efficient as it used to be where you can just hold down one button. What? It's a little bit of a kerfluffle going on over there. There's a great Jogress that stepped into the wrong house. Great Jogress, of course, being a very interesting monster. Mostly peaceful, unless you attack him. It looked like he actually destroyed the environment to run away. So that's got to be one of the most depressing feelings in the world when you've got a level 3 strong charge charged up. And it whiffs like that. Although I can say there, he just did almost... Well, he definitely did over 100 damage with that combo there, which is very high if you've been paying attention to the various damage values that we were doing to things like the Rathalos and so forth.
Your rock-steady mantle mitigates damage and reduces how much you react to getting hit. Oh boy, that monster is really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
Alright, so he's loading the paralysis knife into the slinger, firing them off in coordination with the other hunters.
Monsters trapped in the
Oop, but hold on, let's wait first, because he's in a trap. Like a good greatsword user, he's going for the tail, so we can get that carve later on. Ignore the man with the heavy bowgun. He doesn't know what he's doing.
dodge its attacks. Don't forget, you can guard too.
This is not something that I've seen anyone actually get hurt by yet, but it will be interesting to see how reactive you have to be to avoid being eaten by the monster now, rather than just mashing a button or using a dung bomb. It seems like you have to actually really... He just annihilated that group of Jagras. That's satisfying to see that hit stun going through. First, here's Omnitoad with a ride. Looks like he actually got flung off, but no, now he's back on because he ended up in a trap? What? I can't explain it. Right, so there's actually a shoulder tackle there. He doesn't use it too often. Not because it's not good to do, but because, again, this was his very first time using the greatsword in this demo. I think the tackle is very good to help just give yourself a slight advantage to getting closer to the monster and reposition. And get a little bit of damage off, too. I think 20 damage is not bad. Okay, here's a sleep. I think I might have actually been the one responsible for this. Naturally sleep bombing the monster. It's one of the best ways to get damage off, especially early on. Okay, Kogath taking that straight on, but that was really the way to handle that. Oh, and there goes the tail.
Monster is on the move. Use the scout flies.
Looked very smooth in animation there, really. Like he almost cleaved right through it.
You can use jump attacks to mount monsters.
Okay, now he's trying to get the poison off as well. Again, poison being usually generally very effective in the lower ranks. Doesn't mean it can't be good in high rank or G rank, but almost always most effective in low rank. Okay, that was a very irresponsible Wyvern Fire from whoever that terrible heavy bowgun user is. In a trap. He's doing significantly less damage on the legs, and I think this is an interesting way for players that are newer to the series, that aren't familiar with that, seeing how much less damage you're doing. He was almost doing anywhere between 50% to 60% damage on the legs as opposed to the tail, or the head, that is. Got the Challenger Mantle ready, especially with a greatsword user. That could be something that would really come in handy. Being able to force the monster to face you so you can make sure to get attacks to the head. Okay, so he's getting ready. And the demon powder there actually affecting multiple people. So I don't know if that's the super powerful short-term attack boost, or if now you can use it as just a general buff for everyone and have it be similar to what a normal power seed would do.
Now's your chance to deal some serious damage.
Again, the worst feeling in the world when you miss that strong charge. And this was just perfect. 218 damage. Yeah, that's good. That's effective.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest to recuperate.
So I'm curious to see, because there's not exactly zones anymore the way there used to be, will the monster reactively run away from hunters? Like if you were to block off a particular exit if they were wounded, will they know, hey, I should stay away from the hunters and run away from them? I'm just thinking out loud, of course, I don't know. I'm sure he has a nest in mind. Okay, trying to set up a little bit of a trap. Outside of Kongalala, and of course Devil Jail, I've had a hard time getting things to come after me. Okay, he's in the wrong nest. Okay, that was 1,300 damage. That was 6 strong charge slashes to the head. That's what that was the equivalent damage of. I'm surprised that didn't just kill him outright. But clearly that's going to show if you have the ability or the foreknowledge of how to get monsters to fight each other. That damage is absolutely worth it. Okay, he knows you're right there. Well, okay. Well, pretty straightforward quest. Satisfying to see it end like that. It's a shame we didn't end up breaking his snoot. You can see, though, because of the encounters we had before, we can see the great Jagras and the Rathalos out on the map. And you got a pretty clear timer as well, I guess, on how much time you have left. Someone? Oh, yeah, you see it just slowly counting down. That's kind of a funny end picture there. So just to note there, if you hold down the button, you'll actually rapidly collect everything. And then, of course, something else here is, oh, so it kind of looks like things that you can compete with the other hunters for, and at the same time kind of feel good about what it was that you know you contributed in terms of, like, quest completion. Okay, so that's it for now. I might, and I know I've said this multiple times now, I might have one more video that I can put out on Worlds. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Tokyo Game Show coming up in the next couple weeks. There'll be, of course, new footage from there, not from me. I will have to eventually resort to making Monster Hunter Double Cross videos. But until then, I hope you've been enjoying this video. Again, I want to thank everybody for all of your support and your comments that you've been leaving. I really do enjoy reading them, and getting all of the hype from all of you is making me even more hype myself for the game. But until next time, this is Shepard having to say once again, good luck and have a good hunt.